All right, yo, what's going on, guys? My name's Cast. Welcome to the first episode reaction of Steins Gate, prologue to the beginning of the end. I gotta admit, it's been a little while since I started a new series here on the channel, but we're finally getting into it. This is a show I've been putting off watching for a good decade now. It's quite old. It's from 2011. I mean, I don't know if I'd consider that old, but it's been out for a while. It's always kind of slipped under my radar somehow, but you guys voted for it over on Patreon. It beat out Hunter x Hunter, which is kind of insane considering how much of a Goliath that show is. I've been putting off this show, and I'm kind of glad I have up until now, because now I get to share the reaction with you guys. I talked a bit on the opening reaction, which if you haven't seen, it's going to be right up here. I talked a little bit about what I know about the show, what my expectations are. Well, I didn't really talk about my expectations. I don't really have any expectations because I'm going into this about as blind as I possibly can. Like I said there, the only thing I really know about it is that it's about time travel and that it's supposedly pretty confusing. I hope you guys are patient with me. I know maybe I've built up a little bit of a reputation for being pretty good at analyzing, if I may say so for myself, but don't expect that to necessarily carry over into like really confusing timeline plot stories, because I gotta say, whenever I watch like time travel shows or movies or whatever, they confuse me a little bit. So hopefully I'm able to catch up and I'm not just sitting here being like, I don't know what's happening. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but yeah, I'm really excited to get into it. Now I gotta say, one really important thing with starting a new series here on the channel is that if we want it to continue, it has to do well. It has to be worth the time and the effort of putting into it so that I don't move on to another show. So I would ask you, even if you don't normally do this, please leave a like on the video. I would like to hit 300 likes on this first video. It would really mean a lot to me. It's what helps continue this series. So if you want to see more, please like the video. And of course, if you want to see my reactions to the next episodes right now, they are over on my Patreon. The Soul tier always gives 1 week early access, and the Ascended tier always give multiple weeks early. It's going to be shown right over here. And those reactions are also extended length, meaning that you get more reaction and more discussion to go along with each and every video. And if you want to, you can go follow me over on my socials. And also, one last important thing to note before we start, I am watching this in the subs. I know some of you said the dub is really good, and I believe you, but I normally watch stuff in sub, and whenever I asked you guys what I should watch it in, most people did say sub, so that is what I'm gonna go with. I'm really sorry if you're disappointed in that. Either way I choose, dub or sub, some people are gonna be disappointed. I hope you can get past that. If it is disappointing, I hope you can enjoy the series with me, but if not, I totally get it. But please don't be mad at me. I did go with what the majority said, so that's how it's gonna be. That's pretty much it. All right, let's dive into episode 1. All right, here we go. All right, we're starting straight off with the thinker stuff. Interesting. Well, sort of. It takes a different form. これは抗える者たちに対する神からの最後通告と言えよ。おー、かりん。This is the woman I saw in the openings that he had never seemed to be exactly with. One thing I gotta say immediately about the show is the color palette and just like the general style. Very washed out colors. There's not super vibrant anything. Kind of cool. It sets a mood. A lot of you guys say that in the comments. I don't know what the hell that means, but it's got some sort of significance. The organization. Interesting. So is he gonna get first access to this time machine and something's gonna go wrong, maybe? There it is. Is that... I was thinking about it. Is that the Steins Gate? I don't know what Steins Gate is, but I was thinking that might be the name of a time machine. It's a gate. Gotcha machines? Hell yeah. I'm glad I don't live in Japan, otherwise I'd probably spend too much money on those.
なんだこれは塗装されてないぞ。
メタル
It's a rare.
メタルだよ。メタルウーパー。
レアなのか？
すっごく
Nice. Hey. So much for the unfairness of life. You've already got it going for you.
いいのオカリ。
法院今日まだ。
ありがとうオカリ。
だから法
Okay.
院
I thought his name was Okabe, but he's given 3 different names. Okarin, Hyoyin. I didn't catch that full name.
基本的なタイムマシンの構造は配布した資料をご覧いただくとして、ここでは基礎的な理論のみ解説。
This is a very underwhelming looking conference room for something as significant as a time machine. They're in like a high school classroom.
落としたみたいなので探してきます。
ドクター！なんだいきなり。
なんだではない。
Did he figure something
タイム
out?
マシン理論はなんだ。カーブラックホール、世界線。すべてジョン・タイターのパクリではないか。
Oh, he recognized
タイ
it.
ターは自らをタイムトラベラーと名乗り、2000年にはこの理論をネット上で発表しているんだぞ。知らぬとは言わせん。
ブレナ、もちろん知っておる。あんなインチキ理論と一緒にするなと言っているの
Is
だ。
he just trying to like plagiarize him?
説明してもらおう。あなたとタイターのタイムマシン理論の違いを。
Is there not a difference? And then there's this girl, the only other character I recognized prior to the series. Is that guy a fraud or something? Is that what he was getting at?
それはこっちのセリフです。
なんだと？
さっき何か言いかけましたよね。私に
さっき
15分くらい前。
何をトンチンカ。
Uh-oh.
アキセクリス。この前サイエンシーに論文が載った。
Is there time shenanigans already going on?
まさか機関が送り込んだエージェント。
What is he talking about? What is this organization?
私はただ聞きたいことが。
それに答える必要はない。俺だ。機関のエージェントに。
Dark Reunion.
マキセクリス。
誰
Is he
と話
like
してる
a
んですか？
問題ない。
Chinibyo or something? He's got a bit of Chuny syndrome going on.
電源が。
Yeah, I think so. Either that or he's just actually a little bit crazy.
特別に教えてやろう。それは俺以外が触ると自動的に電源がオフになる特殊任務使用形態なのだ。
Oh, he's such a Chuny.
そう、独り言。
Is he just kind of like putting on an act to seem smarter than he is or more important than he is?
何か言おうとしてましたよね。すごい思い詰めたような顔で。
俺は全てをお見通しなのだ。天才少女よ。次に会うときは敵同士だな。さらに。
Right. No, so I'm thinking there's already something going on with time, considering he doesn't seem to know what she's talking about. It's going to be like the end of the series moment.
何の話だったんだ？
Yeah, something's going on.
俺に会ったとか。
Oh, I did not even see that.
オカリン。
まゆり、何をやっていた？
メールしたでしょ。メタルウーパーがないのです。名前書いて持ってたのに。
落としたのか？
多分。
諦めろ。
メタルウーパーオークションじゃ1
Damn.
万くらいするんだ
Isn't
よ。
that $100? It's like 70 something, I guess.
探せ。我々は今資金が完全にそこを突きかけているのだ。1万あれば新たな未来ガジェットの部品を調達できるではないか。
だから売らないって。今の
It didn't sound good. It didn't sound. Okay, so I'm trying. You might notice I'm a little bit more quiet than I usually am. It's that I really don't want to miss things that happen in pilot episodes, especially because I feel like, especially with the time travel show, they'll come back and I'll need to remember them. I'm really trying to retain as much as I can, so apologies if I'm a little bit quiet at the moment. Especially when there's already stuff clearly going on. Somebody is dead. Uh-oh.
マキセクリス。
Okay. First off, I don't buy it. I mean, that might actually have happened, but time, you know? This is gonna get undone somewhere. I wonder if there was a different version of himself, came back to warn her that she was gonna get killed. That's what I'm thinking right now.
どうしたの？顔が真っ青だよ。
Did he just run outside, or is...
死んでた。あっち書いて。
He just went from the 8th floor outside. Looks like someone stabbed. I didn't see who he was sending that to. Did he just time travel?
なんだ。
Okay. So I would think that he would just time travel, but that doesn't explain why there's nobody around at all.
どういうことだ。
I'm trying to be ahead of the game here, guys. Oh,
はい、おかり。
she's there.
一体これは。
何が？
Check the time on your phone.
今ここにいた人たちがみんな目の前で。
そう。
さあではない。お前も見てただろう。な。
見てない。
何を言ってるんだ。
What is falling? Oh. What the hell is that? Is that like a satellite? What was that? Wait. Huh? That's not the... Okay, that's not the... dude, I thought for a second that was the end of the episode. This is the opening. Okay. Okay, hold up. So I was thinking that maybe somehow whatever he just did with his phone sent him to a different point in time, but how he's not connected to that machine or whatever, assuming that machine time travels. Well, that wouldn't explain why there aren't people around or why she doesn't know what's going on, unless it's like way earlier in the day or later to a point nobody's there yet. I don't know. Well, it's succeeding and already kind of confusing me already. I'm just gonna expect that to be part of the process with the show. I'm going to be hyper observant as much as possible to take in as much as I can. And you guys are going to have to get used to me just spitting out whatever theory flying through my head. I'm going to shoot out a lot of guesses and assumptions, but that's part of the fun, right? Trying to figure out what's going on before it's revealed.
俺たちが見えているか。なぜ答えない。モニターのそっち側にいる間抜け面の貴様だ。
Excuse me.
まあいい。
My expression is not dumb.
研究所だ。所属研究員を紹介しておこう。まずはラボメンナンバー001。ラボ創設者にして狂気のマッドサイエンティスト。
Insane mad scientist.
オーインキョーマ。
Oyin Kyoma.
そしてラボメンナンバー002。コスプレ作りが趣味の高一点。椎名真由里。
てってるー。ナイシーで。
Cute. She's cute. I think I've heard her saying that do as like somebody's sub alert on Twitch. I've heard that noise before. Only 3 people.
500円ワゴンセールで買ったソフトに期待すんなって。
よく聞け。未来ガジェット研究所の目的は世界の支配構造の変
The
革。
revolution of the world's ruling structure.
発明を生み出すことだ。
To create inventions which will bring chaos.
とっとと話すがいい。
ねえねえ、アルパカマンさんからはマユシーたちがゲームみたいに見えてるのかな。
そいつには現実なのかゲームなのかっていう発想さえないんじゃね。
じゃあダルくんの好きな二次元の女の子もそうなの？
あれは別。あの子たちは僕の嫁だから。
Man of culture.
どうでもいい。
もし仮に僕たちがモニターの中の存在だとしたら、それを見極める術はあると思う？
ないな。
即答かよ。
Interesting.
ゆえにそのような議論は
It's a very meta discussion already.
に対抗し、世界の支配構造を打ち砕く方法について考える方がよほど有意義だ。
What's his real intention though?
黙れスーパーハッカー。
Unless he's actually truly Chuny. He doesn't have a bigger goal in mind. How old is this guy? Just out of curiosity. Normally you grow out of this.
それよりも報道のヘリ到着したみたい。
本日12時頃、東京千代田区
Yeah,
秋葉原に墜
a
落した
satellite.
人工衛星と思われる落下物です。
So what about the dead body though? Are we not going to talk about that?
あれは何だったんだ。今朝俺とまゆりは中鉢博士の会見を見るためにラボからラジカンに向かった。しかし気づいた時には人工衛星が激突していた。それだけじゃない。俺が？
墜落したのをテレビで見てて、オカリンがついに機関が動き出したとか言って。
Yeah, there's definitely
中止？
there's definitely time shenanigans happening.
になって逃げたとか言って怒ってたじゃん。
Because he doesn't have any recollection of this. It wasn't actually him in this timeline that did that.
よかったじゃん。開かれてたらオカリン人工衛星の下敷きになってたかも。
この記憶の齟齬。まさか機関による記憶操作。
What if he's right all along and it is an organization?
スタインズゲートの選択。
Oh. There's title dropping like that. What the hell is that?
そのシュタインなんとかってところから意味不明なんですが。
What is that supposed to be?
断る。
Okay, so this is the guy he was sending the message to earlier, Daru.
ミスターブラウン。
Come on, Reiner, help him out.
早急に修理を依頼したい。
もう壊したのか。たくブラウン管への愛が足りねえな。修理代1000円。
むしろ火があるとすれば。
Isn't that $10?
大家にそういう口を聞くのか。
修理代を外す。
Oh.
まよりちゃん、こいつの相手するのやめた方がいいよ。
でもマユシーはオカリンの人質なので。
人質ね。
That's probably not a good thing to just be saying out in public.
修理代2000円だ。
She's very ditzy. Well, I wonder what her deal is.
俺だ。機関はついにあのタコ坊主まで抱き込んだようだ。妨害工作に遭っている。
It's the landlord. He's against us. Took him this long to figure it out.
ドクペが好きだよね。
選ばれし者の知的飲料だからな。
It's an intellectual drink. Yeah, I don't know about that. Not a Dr. Pepper guy myself. Oh, what was that? Memories? Dude, that's the problem. It's like I don't know if that was a memory flash or something else.
ああ、電話レンジかっこ仮ね。つうか、レンジの実践投入って何？
お前との付き合いもそろそろ3年半になる。
高校2年の時はクラス別でほとんど話してないから。
Okay, so he's not that old actually.
細かいことはいい。
He's just out of high
そ
school?
れほど長い付き合いなのだ。
He looks much older than that, I gotta say.
それは無理。てか、またやってみる？準備できたけど。
マユリバナナを持て。
またゲルバナ作るの？もったいない。
Gel bananas.
ケチケチしていては機関との戦いには勝てん。
勝たなくてもいいよ。あのね、バナナはマユシーが買ってきてるんだからね。
わかってる。
こちらは RENG 電話レンジかっこ仮です。こちらは
Name subject to change.
シャープボタンを押した後、温めたい秒数を入力してください。
120シャープ。
綺麗なターンテーブルだろう。普段と違って逆回転してるんだぜこれ。
逆回転。もしかしてそこに重大な意味があるかもしれない。量子の問題を考えて。
He's just saying things to sound smart.
あるわ。ねえよ。
ないか。
ないね。変わりないね。
Ew.
温まるわけでもなく冷たくなるわけでもなく。
That's
マ
disgusting.
ユシーのジューシー唐揚げナンバーワンが凍っちゃった。
とにかくシュタインズゲートに関わる何かが起きていることは確かだ。
またそれっすか？
ダル、このバナナ食べてみようとは思わない。ではマユリにその名誉を譲ってやろう。
To be honest, I've never even thought about what happens if you microwave a banana.
ロデロでブニュブニュだったよ。
The gel banana.
食べたのか？
マユシ。あなたのバナナブニュブニュだねって言ってみて。
Oh, buddy.
あなたのバナナブニュブニュ。
言わせるな変態が。
Yeah, come on, man. Come on. Y'all gotta be weird. It always has to be the fat guy. We're just moving on from that awfully quickly.
人工衛星落ちたんだよな。
Yeah, it seems like a pretty big deal. Also, quite minimal damage for a satellite crash.
そうだ、あの時。携帯を貸せ。
なんで？ いいからプライバシーの侵害許さない絶対。
メール送っただろ。
え？
マキセクリスが
Right, yeah,
という
yeah.
メールだ。
ああ、先週来たやつ？
先週？
Last
3
week.
通に分けてスパムかっつーの。ほら。
重心日時7月23日12時56分。
な。
Huh.
先週送信記録ない。今日は何日だ？
28日。
What?
メールが
Huh?
ここに送られている。
Why is his cell phone like time? What? I'm lost. Yeah, I'm totally lost already. All right. Well, that was the first episode. Yep. I mean it. Oh boy, this is gonna be a journey, isn't it? I'm just gonna be completely out of it. All right. So I'm sitting here and I'm trying to think about the first lines of the show, about how the universe has a beginning, but it essentially stretches on infinitely, because I feel like that's a very central concept that will apply to the show. Either that, or it will get turned on its head at some point. This concept of infinite versus finite, because time thereon, like through the universe isn't infinite, it's the time that's infinite, and the dimensions potentially. So maybe there's an, oh man, it just hasn't given me enough to fully make like crazy speculations on just yet, but clearly multiple timelines are being influenced here. The real question is how, what it means. This Kurisu girl's involvement seems to be pretty central to it all as well. Also, side note, one thing I want you guys to help me notice, and I will be checking for it, but does this show have after credit scenes that I need to be looking out for? I will always pay attention, but if you tell me there's no after credits, then that would be relieving, or, you know, just to know if I should be looking out. All right, so that's the first episode of Steins Gate. Very intriguing already. A lot going on. A lot that I obviously can't completely put together. At first, the first half of the show, I was thinking, you know, there's a couple questions, but for the most part, I think I know what's going on. But that ending definitely threw me for a loop. I thought that at one point he was going to be traveling around through time, or a different version of him was traveling through time and was able to warn the girl that she was going to get stabbed, or he was going to. She didn't get that message from him, considering it happened anyway, and also she was like, oh, you seem to want to say something important to me, but you didn't say anything. I wonder what stopped him. I also wonder what the deal is with the phone. The phone thing's really kind of confusing, because his message that somebody stabbed the girl was sent a week prior to Daru, but in his sent messages it wasn't there. So was it a different version of him in an earlier time period that sent that message? Would explain why Daru got the message, but it would also kind of explain why he doesn't have it in his phone, because it's not him, or not this version of him. The confusing thing about timelines about time travel stories is that the way stories are told, typically it's being told from not like a top-down perspective, but it's being told from the perspective of one character. But the one character can be in multiple places at multiple times if it's not the same character. I guess what I'm trying to say is that, like, we're spectating this version of Okabe, which is what I'm going to call him. I'm pretty sure that's what his name is. If I should be calling him something else, let me know. But the purpose is that we are spectating this current Okabe, who is confused because he doesn't know what's happening. He doesn't understand that there's other things going on at the same time. And I can't even confidently say that there are other timelines happening. Maybe it is something else, something I'm not. That's just my assumption. You know, I'm working off of assumptions here. I haven't gotten too much. It's introducing these mysteries. Like, he mentioned what the Steins Gate. He mentioned a Steins Gate. I don't know what a Steins Gate is. He didn't even really expand upon that. Also, what is that El Sai Kongru thing? Why does everybody always say it? He already said it in the episode. It kind of dropped more stuff than I was thinking. But yeah, I mean, some interesting characters. He seems to be like the Chuny wannabe scientist. I don't know if his knowledge in his brain is for real or not, or if he's more putting on the act. Usually a truly insane person or an actual mad scientist wouldn't call themselves an insane mad scientist. So, and you know, the whole, oh, the cell phone only does this, but if you take it away, it turns off. Like, he's kind of being delusional. a little bit. I mean, maybe he's right. Maybe there is an organization. Who can say? Who am I to know, you know? Anyways, I'm gonna get into the next episode because frankly, I'm already pretty intrigued. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this is gonna be a bit of a different type of reaction than I normally do. Normally I'm like, oh, I watch the episode and I talk about the characters and what they're thinking and, you know, some general life lessons. I think this one's gonna be, at least for the most part right now, it's gonna be more like, what the hell is happening? Confusion on camera, the series, basically. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope I see you back in episode 2. Yeah, take care.